Hey guys, it's Art. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do a podcast again. It's been a long time, I know, and we're going to start off with Intel, their new lineup, the Kaby Lake, and we're going to start off here with the i3 7350K. It is overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz. So yeah, let's get into it. There's been it's below 180 US dollars, so well, every i3 is below that price, and it's quite affordable, to say the least, with that price. And it says that it is on par with Sandy Bridge quad cores. Quad cores are, as you guys know, usually more powerful than dual core i3s, but in this case it has beat it. And here it is. Here's the spec sheet of all the details of the Core i3. As you can see, the technology is 14 nanometers. It was running on 1.344 volts at that exact moment, at 4.2 gigahertz. As you can see, 2 cores, 4 threads, as your usual i3. No difference there. And when you look at this table, it says the new graphics, the HD graphics 630, which is the new generation of graphics. And if you compare it to the other i3s here, which are as you can see, non-overclockable i3s, this is the first one that is overclockable, and it is running at 4.2 gigahertz base, which is a lot faster than the other ones we're running. Here's the full lineup with the i7s, i5 and the i3 right here. As you can see, 60 watts, so it's not a high TDP, and 177 on the pre-order, which is quite expensive for an i3, but again, it's brand new and it's pre-order, so it's usually a little bit more expensive because it's pre-order. And now the benchmarks, the most parts that you guys will be waiting for, I guess. Here is a graph of Cinebench, in which you can see that it is, when it's overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz, which is a lot, it is almost as good as the i5 4670K with multi-threading. If you take a look here, it is actually almost 50 points higher in the single core performance, so that's really good. As you can see here, the Sandy Bridge i5 2500K is well outperformed by it even at stock speeds, and so that's actually insane to see a dual core hyper-threaded chip outperform a quad core. And here the PC Mark 8 with the OpenTL. Again, you can see here that the i3, when overclocked, is actually higher than the an i5 6600K, which I think is quite impressive. It even outbeats a i7 2600K, which is, as you guys know, the one of the most popular i7s from a while back. So yeah, really nice to see that, and I hope that the new i7s and i5s are also a step better than the older generations. The power consumption then, the i3 uses, when overclocked, a lot of power, as you can see, even more than the i7 6700K, which is of course the mainstream flagship right now. But when it's stock, it uses way less power. It's right on where it should be, between lower end i3 and a i5, so that's good to see. And then on to the second article here. It is about the i7 7700K and the i5 7600K. Their reviews published before the NDA, and which is they are launching on the 5th of January. And here you can see all the details about the chips. As you can see here, they actually overclocked this chip to 5.1 gigahertz on 1.44 volts. That is really high, and it has a max TDP of 91 watts, but when this far overclocked, it will be bit more of course. And then the i5 is also overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz on 1.38 volts. It's insane how much they can overclock, so that's really good to see. And I really want to see the real big benchmarks that people will be doing when they're out. Then the performance remarks of the i5. It actually had the same power consumption from the i7 4770K at load, but 10 watts lower at idle. And when overclocked, of course, the wattage was skyrocketing to with almost 150 watts. But actually it is lower than when you overclock the i7 7700K to 5.1 GHz, which is kind of logical because that is a 165.2 watts. Further, the memory bandwidth of the chips here is the i7 7700K is actually marginally better than the i7s of today. And the i5 here then is on par with that as well. That is really good to see that the i5 is on par with the memory bandwidth, but I still think that it's not enough and not enough of an improvement. I mean, then the Cinebench, as you can see here, the 7700K without overclocking outperforms the 6700K just by a little bit. And when it's overclocked, it's of course higher, but it's not that great of an improvement in my opinion. So nothing actually good to see here. Then 3D Mark Firestrike 1080p is, it's not that important to me though. But if you want to see it, you can pause it and check it out. And then the iGPU benchmarks of the integrated GPUs. As you can see, the new GPUs are actually quite a bit better than the older ones. So the Intel HD Graphics 630 has definitely made an improvement here. And then you have the power consumption, as I told you earlier, at stock 165.2 the i7 and 182.5 when overclocked, which is a lot, and the i5 uses 126 and overclocked it uses 148. So then the Intel Kaby Lakes Z270 platforms, which of course the chips need a new motherboard, which every lineup has. So here are the new motherboards as well. That is the new chipset. It's not that much different of a 170 Z170 chipset, but here it is. Check it out if you want to. You can pause it if you want to. Here we can see the differences. The Z270 and the Z170. In considering for the PCI configuration, it's identical. The display ports, memory DIMMs, it's all identical. The only difference here is the Intel Optane technology is here and wasn't there on the older platform. And the rapid storage technology is 15 instead of 14, which is good to see. Then the USB ports are the same. The maximum high-speed I/O lanes though are 4 more, so that's nice and a nice addition. The PCI 3.0 lanes is 24 is the max, which is better of course. We want more of them on the mainstream platform. More about the motherboards. Here's a lineup leaked about the MSI motherboards: the Gaming Pro Carbon, Crate, Gaming M5, the Gaming Pro Carbon AC, and of course many more. Some pictures here. Well, they actually, what's nice to see is that they have a heat shield with a thermal pad for M.2 drive. Here are the motherboards. If you can see this, the really big cover, really aggressive look to it, and lighting under there. which we have seen on motherboards nowadays. And the other remarkable thing is with the new motherboards is the extra covers here at the express lanes, just pointing at where the express lanes are going to be, which is quite funny. I find it quite funny. Here's the MSI enthusiast gaming platform of MSI, which is the black one. I really like the black one. It's the gaming M5, same as here, and I really like the black scheme because, well, the red colors of course here, but it is, you can put it in a lot of more builds because there's not a lot of color in there. If it was like the gaming M7 that has more red in there and a red button, which is a little less appealing for the people who want more. Then we have the Gaming Pro Carbon, which has mystic lighting, which is RGB. It's really cool to see RGB implemented this way, and it's really subtle but really nice and well done. Further, they have the small one, the Gaming Pro Carbon AC, which is mini ITX and has Wi-Fi built-in, also with mystic light. Then we have the Crate motherboards. Those are the like slightly less expensive motherboards. They're really good money for price for what you get for your money. So yeah, this is sort of almost everything that I wanted to show. Oh, we have the S-Line Plus motherboard as well, though this is a little bit of a middle, just above the Crate. There's a really nice blacked out look. So this was this podcast. I hope to see you guys next time. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.